The New Jersey government is facing a shutdown this weekend, and that is forcing, on July 4th weekend, state parks and beaches to stay closed, all because of a budget deadlock between Governor Christie and state legislatures. There is the closed beach there. So you can imagine folks were not that happy to learn the governor and his family had spent the day at one closed beach all by themselves. When questioned, the governor had this to say.
I didn't get any sun today.
My question is this. Are there lifeguards at the...
No. No, there's no one at Island Beach State Park. There are no lifeguards. There's no one to pick up the garbage. There's no one providing any services at Island Beach State Park.
So remember, the governor said he didn't get any sun. And then this photo came up, showing Christie and his family on that closed, empty beach. He is right there in the center, black shorts, dark T-shirt. And if you look really closely, you can see a baseball hat. The hat becomes key. Christie's press secretary responding to the criticism, saying, yes, the governor was on the beach briefly today, talking to his wife and family before heading into the office. He did not get any sun. He had a baseball hat on. So with that, let's bring in the man who has the unenvious job of defending his boss's sunbathing on a beach that he closed to the public, Governor Christie's press secretary, Brian Murray. Brian, we appreciate you being here.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Really, the whole defense revolves around he had a baseball hat on?
That was me making a joke to a reporter who I've known, and there was only one reporter who quoted me on that. It was a little back and forth as a joke. Let me make something really clear here, because even just as you started this segment, there's a misconception here. 119 miles of New Jersey beaches are open. 211 New Jersey beaches are open. But they've been packed. They were packed Friday, packed Saturday, packed Sunday. They're packed today. Only 2 state-owned beaches are closed.
Brian, please tell me, I understand the spin, but you can also understand
it's not spin. It happens to be a fact.
Well, that is fact. There's also the fact that 35,000 state workers aren't going to get paychecks. There's also the fact that courts are going to be closed. There's also the fact the Star Ledger, which ran an editorial about this, lampooning your boss.
Let's be clear on what the shutdown is about.
Well,
let's be clear on what the shutdown is about.
As a spokesman,
there's no budget.
Right, as a spokesman, you have to agree that the optics are terrible.
For the governor to sign. So you want to talk optics, and that's all you have. You have a photo of a politician with his family, my God, on a beach. It is the governor's residence, and it is a segment of the beach that is closed 365 days of the year to the public anyway.
Right, at a time when clearly money is tight.
And he spent 45 minutes on the beach before he came back and began to work.
And he came back,
minutes on the beach.
He came back via
helicopter. He was not asked if he was on the beach.
Brian,
he was asked if he got some sun.
Which I think anyone would agree by looking at that picture that he got some sun. Come on.
Okay.
I mean, please tell me. Please tell me.
No, hold on. I'm telling you, if you want to listen, for a week, starting Monday at his monthly radio show, he said he was going to be on the beach. But Friday we had a press conference. He said he was going to the beach to be with his family. This was a vacation.
Brian, just let me ask you one question.
Saturday
Brian,
and Sunday.
You're an expert at running out the clock.
Announced to you.
Brian, you're great at running out the clock. Let me just get into question here. Okay. Just because he did something that he said he was going to do that has people upset is not a defense for doing that. Clearly.
No, the photos are why you are talking to me now. So, yeah, my God, we have photos proving that Christie did what he said he was doing that day. That's what you have. Photographs showing the governor what he told everybody he was going to do.
Brian, what we also have photographs of is we have photographs of a governor who has talked and campaigned about the fact that he is all about leadership. He is the man. He is the governor. He is in charge.
That's right.
The buck stops with him.
And he's been in Trenton every day during the shutdown.
And when there was a government shutdown looming and 35,000 of his employees were not going to get paychecks, he is on a beach and then took a state-owned helicopter
He was on the beach for 45 minutes.
Okay, that's 45 minutes he couldn't have been working?
Where we continued to work till last night, and he's back in the office again today through the shutdown, and he'll continue to work. We cannot sign a budget that isn't presented to us by the legislature. He'll sign a budget, get the legislature to deliver it to us.
Please tell me that you could agree with me that this has made the job of getting a budget for the citizens of New Jersey infinitely more difficult. It puts him in a much worse position.
Absolutely not. In fact, the Democrats met today with the Democrats did meet today together with the one individual who's holding the budget hostage and met with Horizon CEO to try to work out some resolution. And we are waiting to learn the results of that meeting and what plans they can move forward to get us a budget to sign. The governor cannot wave a magic wand and open up state government. This is controlled by the Constitution. We need the legislature to act.
Well, Brian, I got to tell you, I admire you coming on in a full-throated defense. Everybody deserves a lawyer.
It's always good to be on Fox.
Well, I appreciate it. Come back as the budget continues. We'll talk about it. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, a little more on this. Let's bring in Dennis Malloy, co-host of Dennis and Judy, 100.5 on your FM dial in New Jersey. All right, Dennis, you heard the governor's spokesman defend this. You okay with it now?
No. I mean, yes and no. There are a couple different ways, depending on how you want the story to look. The photographer who got the picture hit a home run. He had a hunch the governor would be there, even though against the backdrop of the entire island being empty, he knew he would have a great picture, and he did. But that newspaper, goes after Christie routinely. Where was that photographer when Jim McGreevey was bringing his boyfriends to that same beach a few years ago? I didn't see a picture of that. But not here to defend the governor. The governor's got a brother who has a beachfront home 3 towns north of there. They could have called Uncle Todd and said, listen, Uncle Todd, we can't go to Island Beach. Can we go to your beach because it just doesn't look right? We're going to be just my family on the beach and the rest of it's empty. The optics aren't good. So Uncle Todd, we're coming over. When you go to the Jersey Shore with your family, you got to have a plan B. I have kids. Whenever there's a crowded town or traffic problem, we go to another town. He could have taken another.
What is the issue here? As good of a job as Brian did, and I admire the full-throated defense, but it is any communications person would say, you know what, Governor, it's a lot better for you to be saying, I'm staying in town, I'm working, or to your point, going to a family member's house and saying, I can't go to this beach because it's closed. The governor was trying to make a point here. This is a fellow who's got a 15% approval rating. New Jersey residents saying they approved of the job he was doing. That's the latest Quinnipiac poll. What's the point he's trying to make here? I don't care anymore. I give up. What's going on here?
He likes to be the big boss man. He likes to show that he's the guy in charge, and he's got connections, and he's got VIP access. You see him in a VIP access booth when he's at the boss's concert. He wanted to let everybody know, yeah, I could change my plans. I could go to Uncle Todd's house for the weekend, but this is where I told my family I'm taking them. I have access. I got state troopers guarding me. I'm going to the beach.
Well, Dennis, during a slow news week, we all look to things to talk about. I suspect on your show, you will have a lot to talk about with this.
I'm off today and tomorrow. I'm dying over here.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming in even more then.
Thank you.
All right. Let's talk to you. Thanks. Molly?
All right, a live look at an accident outside of Boston's Logan Airport. Several injured after a vehicle crashes into pedestrians. The breaking details on this as it unfolds next.